What's up, gamers? It's Radzilla, and we're back here with another episode of Marvels of Magnan. He's got an Object 2684 on Siegfried Line for us. So go ahead, Magnan, and walk us through what you got going on.
Alright, so I personally really struggled on Siegfried for the most part in Tiny Destroyers, but I think that this is the best map for the V4 because you're gonna see it. The amount of plays you can make in the city is just astonishing to me because the way that the V4 plays is that you want to play like a VK72. So basically, you bait people into shooting your lower plate. And because this map is very corridorish, it really allows you to get multiple angles through, for example, the pillars or just a straight down line. So my first play on this map in a tank, where it all revolves around the mechanics of making people bounce their lower plate, is you want to play through uh the I think it's the F6 F7 area, and you basically first want to look down on the people that are right next to the cap. So because the cap got moved with 1.18, it really makes this map way more fun because a lot of people will be way closer to the cap, so you can really farm them early. And if you want to pause it right here, look to your left. So you see the pillars with the green rooftop building, like under it there's pillars or whatever under it. No, so
Under, oh,
like there is, you see how there's like three little arcs right there. You can shoot through and hit people behind the rubble on the opposite side, if that makes sense.
right,
So
right.
because of assault, uh people won't play the rubble looking down on the other rubble. They will play the rubble to look down on the people that are to my left, which is like the VK75, the VK02A, and the T95. So this angle right here in assault is really good to really punish that play. You can resume it now.
Okay. Also, question: what equipment are you running on this?
So in my opinion, turbo is a must on this tank. You need turbo for sure, and you need rammer, obviously, that's a must. And the third one, really, you can swap it between IAU, vents, and hardening. In this case, I think I'm running vents because I have purple vents. And this is what I mean with the angle right here, shooting through the pillars.
Right.
Basically, look at the angle that they have on me. Because it's a V4 and I don't really have a lower plate, the shot is really hard, but I've got the whole S-Conk T-bar, and because this tank has incredible heat pen, you can basically just dig down an S-Conk super easily. Like you can see, and he doesn't. He actually, I checked the replay later,
Mm-hmm.
and from that angle where the S-Conk is, he cannot see your T-bar because the middle pillar covers the cupola. So
Right.
it's
Because
just,
for even for you, it's like a tight shot, so that it's like almost impossible for them to hit anything above your gun.
yeah, literally impossible. The other weak spot on the V4 that I really want to point out is the upper plate. When a V4 does rocking, which is really bad, you never really want to rock. Well, it's like a 279E to where your upper plate becomes extremely weak when you start rocking and pointing down. So what you want to do in the V4 is do very small adjustments while moving forwards and backwards. And you don't really want to do anything that is like, constantly moving forwards and backwards. You want to do it really in a long period. For example, you want to fall back for a long period of time and then at the last second move forward.
Right.
And I think you should do that to your 279E. And obviously, the other thing about the V4, which is the same thing that I would do in an E5, is you always want to gun block your cupola if possible. So right here, really good shot on the S-Conk. It's really bad to play there on assault, in my opinion, in any tank. So from defense, I always go A8 and A7, which is
Mm-hmm.
just a much better play. But a lot of people that don't really know how to play assault will go often toward the S-Conquest, and they're usually just free damage for the most part. And this is a mistake right here because I thought the T95 was looking down, but you this is just like, a normal mistake. So I take a little bit of damage. I'm really lucky that the 268 bounced me because 395 heat pen really shreds a V4.
Yeah, and he was shooting heat.
Yeah, really good pen though on the 295. I did take a pen from the 268, which is, expected, but I really had to take out the 295. And from there, honestly, there's not really much that can kill me because if you look at the map, they cannot flank me because I've got a 75 01K, and in front of me is a T30 firing EP with the 400 alpha gun. So this guy has no chance of penning me, and it literally, this gun is insane for just shitting out damage because you do 650 every 12.7 seconds, which is like it's just a really good gun for shitting out damage.
Hmm.
And because of the rubble, I had to use AP. But AP is really strong. It's got 293 pen, which it's kind of low for a TD. But because this tank plays like a heavy tank, it's actually incredible AP. It's like the M454 AP as standard.
Right,
So you
right.
can really use that to your advantage. Honestly, the free ammo types on the V4 are really good. Honestly, I use most heat because the heat is blatantly unfair. But you can use AP and kind of do shit with it. The HE is also really good. It's got 90 pen with 840 alpha. So
Yeah,
yet
this
again, just
to me this is another one of those tanks that benefited from the intuition change, because all three
100%.
ammo types are viable.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, I wouldn't say that it's intuition much that changes it. It's more of the fact about field mods because
Right.
you can put hardening on this thing, make it second slot, and your track repair speed is so fast that it actually gets you away from so many bad situations. I don't really use hardening because I don't really like the equipment itself,
Hmm.
but it can definitely be used. And this gun without vents or improved aiming really makes me angry, so I tend to upgrade the gun. Really unlucky shot on the pattern there. If you ever face a pattern with heat, you always want to shoot under the cupola because of the way that the pattern armor works is that it's a flat surface there. And you can see from the map right here, if the cap was on the other side, I wouldn't be able to do as much damage as this because see now the T30 just drives in front of me because he has to reset the cap and I get a free kill.
Yeah, because
And
normally he would sit at F0 and reset. The old cap that was at E 8 and 9.
yeah, and he would do it freely. Well,
Yep.
not freely because I can bleed him, but I would have to poke him. Really unlucky shot there, taking from the Wheezy. It's a problem of the V4, just bad side armor, and you can see just how good this tank actually is because from the front, nothing that is a Yag Panzer or a 4K5 firing AP will pen you from the front. So
Right.
if you're peeking the left side of a building, you are basically unpennable to some extent. Of course, a good player will, kind of fuck you over,
Hmm.
but the average player doesn't know how to pen the V4. So it's like it's honestly just the arm of the 279 slapped on a TD that is fast and has a really broken gun. But honestly, it's not the best tank in the game. There is definitely drawbacks to it, such as very prone to RD. Now in this game, I didn't get shot by RD much, but it does get like hit for 400, 500 easily from RD. Same with the 263. It's a big problem from that line because the engine deck is really weak. So if they
Right.
hit your engine deck, you just take a shitload of damage, which is, kind of retarded, but that's how it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, that will do it for the 268 on Siegfried Line. Thank you, Magnan, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
See you.